Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Tracy's Art and Craft, and I'm here today to make something completely new that I haven't made yet. I have made these before myself, but I haven't made them on the channel yet, and I don't make them very often either. I just made one for some Happy Mail, and I thought, well, I could show all of you how to make that. So yeah, I love making them for birthdays and things like that. I just don't make them very often. I don't know why. I just never think to just get out and do it. So it's going to be an envelope stack. They're really lovely for birthday gifts and things like that, because you can fill all the pockets with all different things. So yeah, what you need is some, well, if you want to make them the shape that I have, you can make them any shape and size. You can use just normal envelopes that you get from, you know, the card making packs. You can use any sort of size envelopes. You kind of want them different shapes and sizes if you can do it that way, or you can use your scrapbook paper, your 12 by 12. So what I've done here is I've got one 12 by 12, I've cut another one 8 by 8, I've cut another one 6 by 6, and then I've cut a final one 4 by 4. So that's 12 by 12, 8 by 8, 6 by 6, 4 by 4. So going down every 2 inches. And yeah, I used an envelope punch to cut mine, but one way that you could cut yours, I'll just demonstrate on this one, is if you were to fold your piece of paper in half and then in half again and find yourself a centre point, and then you could bring up your corners into the centre, fold it, and then you'll see you've got this little, because it would be like that, but you'd have, you know, a sort of area that you could just cut the notch out of. You cut the little triangle out of it. I think that makes sense. Let me get a piece for you. I've just got some scrap paper here. If I fold it in half once, it's not exactly square, but I'm just going to sort of demonstrate it. Just pinch it in the middle. You don't have to pinch it fully. And then go again. You can bring your corners into the middle. Obviously this isn't square, so it's not going to work out so well. Let me just do this one. But when you bring your corners into the middle, you'll get this here, this sort of triangle just here, just going along there, and you cut that out and you'll get this shape here. Okay, so you can just do it that way, and it's just really easy. So I had pre-cut these and inked them, because this is going to take quite a while otherwise, because the inking takes a little while. And what we're going to do is we're going to just start putting them together, and then I'll show you how to sort of stick them on and the rules to make it work. So I'm going to start with the biggest one. Like I say, I've sort of folded and inked. I'm just going to make sure they're squashed down properly. Now for this, because you usually give this as like a gift or whatever, and it doesn't have to last forever, you can just use some double-sided tape, which I have here with me. And it just makes everything quicker, but of course you can still use your wet white glue or any other glue. But this just makes everything, I think, really quick. So I just take off some of this tape. There we go. I always tear my tape, so feel free to cut it, because it does make a messy end. It's completely up to you there. It doesn't bother me. I found a trick to get my tape to come through quicker is to use like a pokey tool or awl or anything like that, and I just, you know, sort of dig it into the end here, and it comes up really quick and easy. Same on this side. There we are. And they're stuck down, ready to go. So that's envelope number 1 by the 12 by 12. Now we're going to do the 8 by 8. These papers are all from one pack, and I do have the pack here with me. It is called Letters from the Heart, Signature Collection by Sarah Davies. So that's the pack that I've been using all these papers from. There we go. Just make sure that's stuck down. Get that all and pull that up. There we are. And stick it down. Sorry, my phone was just going a bit weird. I had to just check it out. There we go. I think the light on it turned off. So now we've got our 6x6 and our 4x4. The good thing about this is when you come to do your 6x6, you'll have enough paper left to do your 4x4. So my 6x6 and 4x4 are the same, but what I've done is I've turned one the other way around. So one's showing the brown side, one's showing the pink side. And then they look like they're completely different papers, but actually they're the same. So just stick this last bit of tape on. Like I say, this one's a good one for using up your double-sided tape, this little project, because yeah, you can just use double-sided tape throughout. Now the reason I don't use it in my journals is because after maybe 2 years, your double-sided tape is going to start to have a type of residue seep through your papers. Now if it's something like this, and people generally don't keep these for very long, it's okay to use double-sided tape. It's not going to seep through, you know, because people just generally don't keep it very long. But if you're making something like a journal where someone may be keeping it as an heirloom, then I would say avoid double-sided tape, because you are going to get a very slight sort of residue start coming through, and then it looks like mould in a way. It's very strange, it really is. But yeah, I'd avoid it on your journals if I were you. But if this is for a gift to someone, then yeah, go ahead and do it. But like I say, if it's for a journal, I wouldn't bother. So there we go. There are our little envelopes. Now for putting them together. We're going to start with the biggest one. Now what we want to do is we want them to be at all different angles, but the top of your envelope must not, no part of your envelope must go above the top line of the flap. And that's because when you open it up, if it goes above, it won't open, it will crease and get in the way. So you'll want it something like this, and then when it opens, sorry, let me just get it. When it opens, it will open fully. But if you have it like this, you're just going to bend the tip of your envelope there. So I'm going to stick mine on like that. I'm roughly looking at how much is going to be covered on here. And I'm just going to pop some tape down. Now, if you're a bit worried about going over, or anything like that, what you can do is just draw around where your envelope's going to go with a pencil, because you can rub that out later and it will stop you getting your double-sided tape over the edge of where your envelope's going to be. So I don't need it to go right to the edge, I just need it to hold on. And it's better if it doesn't go right to the edge, because when you come to decorate you can tuck things in behind. So I'm just going to make sure that's not going to go over the flap. There we go. So now we've got that envelope and we've got this one, but we need one on top. So then we get our 6x6. And like I say, because you're doing all of this, you're moving it around, you can make your envelopes the same size or something else. Maybe I will grab some envelopes in a bit actually, and we'll try and make one with just plain envelopes and just see how that goes. So I am going to put this one actually sort of this way as well. Should I have it straight? Have it off centre. There we go. Like so. So we've got that, and then we've got this one, which I want to bring this one back to centre like the back one. There we go. So there we are, there's our envelope stack. And from here we start to decorate, but before I decorate this one, I'm just going to pull in some envelopes and we will see what we can do with just sort of plain envelopes that have been maybe hand dyed. I won't be a second. So here are the hand dyed ones, and I do have to reshape them just a little because they have, you know, been hand dyed and gotten all wrinkled up and things like that. Now you can cut these down and reshape them as well if you wanted to, so if you wanted different sizes, things like that. But here I'm just going to show you what it would look like if you kind of stack them up. So I'm just going to give it a quick go, see how they look. Yeah, and just show you that if you don't have all of those supplies, you could repurpose some things, whether they be birthday card, envelopes or Christmas card envelopes. And of course, when we save our Christmas card and birthday card envelopes, they do come in different shapes and sizes, don't they? And if it's got your name written on, you don't have to worry about that. That can be covered, because you can cover that with the items you're going to decorate with. So it's a brilliant way to reuse those sort of envelopes that you get for Christmas and birthday and things like that. So save all of those. Of course you get different colours, different sizes, and yeah, if it's got your name on, say it's got your name on the back and it's right across here, you can just put something on there to cover it up, whether it be a picture or whatever. All this will get covered eventually anyway, once we get decorating. So you've got one way which uses up your 4x4s. You have another way which uses up any plain envelopes you've got, and then hopefully you can think of a way that will use up your birthday cards and things. Because I don't have any of those envelopes at the moment. I've used all mine, so I don't have any stores left. So yeah, again, I'm just using the awl to lift the corners. Sometimes you can't get it in a corner, you just go to another one and you'll get it up. Like so. And I'm going to take one more and just pop it on here. There we go. There we go. I quite like this one. This one's really quite long, but these are quite large envelopes. But I do like how it's turned out. So you've got your front envelope here, you've got one here, and see, you're using all the same size, yet it still works. And it just makes for something really interesting to send sort of someone in the post or whatever. But of course you can use with different sizes, textures, you know, it really doesn't matter. So you can either make them by hand or you can use that. So we're going to get back to decorating this lovely piece here. I've brought loads and loads of different things with me. First of all, we have all of our stamps just to the side of us. So I've got my faux stamps here. I also have some other interesting stamps. Let's just pull a few out and see if there's any that we like the look of. I kind of want them to be pink or brownie coloured. This one's really nice, that would go lovely. This one would also go lovely. So I've had people ask me where I get my stamps from. I get them from everywhere and anywhere. So you can get them on eBay, you can get them on Amazon, you can get them on Wish and AliExpress, and you can just get them absolutely everywhere. I prefer worldwide stamps, so that's what I go for. Yeah, and you can get them absolutely anywhere. So I'm just placing a few stamps here and there, and I'm just going to put them down. Now I don't put them down properly. What I do is I just put down in the centre, and then when it comes to the final stick down, when I've decided where everything is, I'll stick them down properly on the edges. And that's because sometimes I like to tuck things underneath, and I'm just not sure where I'm taking it yet. So now I want something really pretty just on this corner piece here. So what I'm thinking is I've got some flowers in here. I'll just grab a flower and pop that on there, maybe with a bit of lace behind it. So I've been inking everything on this envelope with Distress Oxide Worn Lipstick. So everything has a pink hue to it. There we go. Take that corner off. There we are. think that lace is a little big. I'm just going to cut that down a bit. Yep, like that. So how you decorate yours is completely up to you. So the glue hadn't gripped it quite yet. There we go. So that is the beginning bit of that one. I do want some lace in some other places, so what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to lift this all up like so, so we can have a look and see what's on view underneath here. And I'm thinking I would like some lace just along the bottom there, so I'm just going to cut off all these off-cut bits. Now all my little off-cut bits I do collect. I've got a little jar just to the side of me, and I collect them because I use them in the snippet rolls that I make, which I may just pull out some snippet roll and maybe we'll use some of that up. I'm not being careful about my cutting either because there's no need. Of course, for this, if you prefer, you can use a hot glue gun as well. There we go. Got some of these lovely frames here, so I'm definitely going to put one of them on. And you know I've got to have one of my ladies. There we go. So I'm just going to ink around these, and that will just hide any bad cutting you've done. It will also help it to pop from the background. And I'm keeping it all in this one colour today, so that everything just ties in with itself and there's not too much difference going on. Again, all these bits you can use your double-sided tape if you want to. Even my little lady's going to get a pink hue today. There we go. I'm just looking for some of my labels, just seeing what it is I would like to use. And one thing you may want to do when you are sticking bits and pieces down, although I don't mind on this one, I really do want her here, but something, I'm just going to move her to where I want her. Something that you may want to do is just flip down all of your envelopes and see what's showing. So far we haven't got a lot showing. She's only going to be seen when you lift up. And one last thing I like to do is I like to put something just over this corner piece. So in this case I think we're going to go with a bow. I see a lovely beautiful coloured one here. That will just go really well with everything. This one is printed onto vellum. But I think I'm just going to pop a bow there, just sort of sealing it onto that next envelope. Vellum does wrinkle when you use wet glue. You may wish to use a better glue. Art glitter glue is really good on vellum. If you're wondering which glue works great, art glitter glue works great on vellum. I don't have any, it's quite costly. Yeah, so I don't use it. Sorry about that, I just had to pause you because I needed to sneeze. But yeah, so I'm going to carry on filming this, and I'm going to speed this part up of me decorating it up, and I'll come back to you when it is all complete. See you soon. So there we have it, all finished. Yeah, it took me a while actually trying to guess what I wanted to put on and things, but because I wasn't really prepared. But I think it's turned out absolutely beautiful. I mean, you could add even more lace and things like that if you wanted to. Every time you sort of open it up, there's even more to see, which is the kind of idea of it, so that when they open up, there's even more to see, you know, so it's like the gift that keeps giving kind of idea. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I think it's turned out absolutely lovely. Here you're going to see I've got this problem where when I open up this one, I overlapped it. I forgot what I was doing, and you should never go over that line with anything. So if you've got a problem with that, all you have to do is just snip it off. But you can leave it as well, it will just keep bending. But now I've got nothing going over that line, and yeah. So that just shows you don't put anything over the line, it will get bent up and destroyed. But yeah, that's everything. I hope you've enjoyed it. I want to say a big thank you to everybody that comes by, watches my stuff and just hangs out with me. I really do appreciate it. If you'd like to like and subscribe, please do that. And yeah, have a wonderful day. I really wish you all the best, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.